How's our supply of ash blood looking?
We have enough to last until Bleeding Mark can get back up and running.
That's a relief. I still can't believe a storm wiped out the whole village.
I know, but at least most of the soldiers made it out okay.
Thanks to a certain outlander. Or Sawyer.
Any news on your father?
Yeah. Passing patrol found him a few days back.
So he's okay?
He's a traitor. We found him in rebel gear. He was the one who killed his squad.
What? But he'd served with those soldiers for years.
Guess his hatred for the Carja runs deeper than any sense of loyalty.
So, I've been thinking. I'm going to petition to join the Chief's Guard.
What brought this on?
With everything that's happened, I feel like I need to do more. For the clan, the tribe.
Okay. I'll join too then.
I wasn't asking you to.
I know. But you and me, guarding the Memorial Grove? Maybe even catching some fights in the arena. Come on!
I guess it would be nice to have a friend there.
That settles it then.
All right, what's wrong?
I heard the champion conquered the arena, and I missed it. I was stuck on guard duty.
That's rough. That fight was a sight to behold.
Wait, you were there?
Oh yeah, my whole squad went. We even think of getting fresh ink to commemorate it.
What? You were spectators?
That's how good of a fight it was, my friend.
I needed the practice.
So, the Ossur. I heard they're the ones behind the Carja's contraptions. The ballista from Barren Light.
And giant lifts of gears and metal and meridian.
The flame of the desert.
Carl keeps his head.
Aloy Warbreaker! To the wings of the
One
ten.
of the 10, it's her.
Where are you at?
Blade be bright.
There's the Nora warrior everyone's talking about.
I'm gonna dismount, stretch my legs. fresh of air. Riding Sunwings. Beta's gift. Now I can take to the skies. that moss. To get them on my side now that the override's fixed.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is here. You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks. Well, Silence. Looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prattle. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your plans for the Zenith base?
You're right. I do owe you. My spear in your throat for deceiving me again. At the Hades Proving Lab.
I doubt you asked me here for that kind of reckoning.
No. Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance. But if you ever betray me again, I will kill you no matter what the circumstance. Understood?
Very well. Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Enough, both of you. We're in this together, at least for now. Go talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
Oh, no. You first.
Better get everyone in the control room, so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base. Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. But is there anything I should handle before that? All right, people. I need you up in the control room, right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location. Undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. the launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to. All right. We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood? You two? A minute? Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it. Are you with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
Okay. Almost time to go after Beta and Gaia. Might be good to check up on everyone first.
Before I forget, I watered the... Aloy, aren't we meeting at the beach?
We are. We're finally...
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of... I can hear the drinking...
Varro made the right call.
Thanks. Yeah, I found out a few days before you guys went to... I was... So he sat me down. Vala, Ursa...
You know, we never did get that drink you promised back at... And you never told me exactly...
I guess we never got round to it. No time like the... If...
You think it's time for us to finally have that drink?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Oh.
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Jiran's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Carja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, you know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Carja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
And she defeated all of them. Even got some of Jiran's kestrels for good measure. And the mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Carja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Carja noblewoman. Yeah, perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Carja eye paint. But Avad insisted it was the only way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would, definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm, too. Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
You were right. That was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
I guess I wouldn't have...
Aloy, we're ready to meet you at the rendezvous point whenever you call.
Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Nothing you do ever is. At least, now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks. How to go with the chorus after we fixed the land gods.
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend. I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good news, even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them. I should go.
Before you do,
What is it?
you place this focus in my care. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of us.
So,
Make sure you stay alive to do so.
let's just try to all come.
Aloy,
You nervous?
I'd be lying if I...
The plan will work.
Right. Oh, and I wanted to give... I didn't really know what to give you.
Thanks, Alva. Have you looked through the...
There is much to... But I believe... And I've given more thought to everything. The Overseers... But Pharaoh... His greed led to machines at the archive of the Old One's knowledge to... So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering... I started to think they were all the same. But... In the end, the truth isn't it's a splatter. Smudge. I wish more Quen could see that. We're twisting the truth to
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No. Nor the rest of them, as Eileen said. But it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle.
Back at the greenhouse.
And the but like discovering one of our... That only... It...
What happened?
I'll make true.
Did you need something? Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success.
Okay, so your big plan. Let me see if I got... You learned about the Zeniths from Hades, then you came up with a plan to defeat them, and to get the Tanakhs to foot, or rather the Sons of Prometheus.
Did you have an actual question, or...
So all this time, even before you were out here scheming, why couldn't you...
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be... And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove at the Hades proving.
Why help Regala take over? If you...
Before Regala's rebellion, battling machines and fostering... Even if I gained, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a...
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easy.
Yes. All Regala craved was war. Against the... She would have led the tribe into battle with it, which was precisely what...
Tell me about the weapon.
I've upgraded. It now emits a wave-like effect covering... No. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing... Yes. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how...
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins.
The tribe from across the ocean.
Their entire tribe was shaped around... One of them, Alva, even Don't you want to know more about...
No. They stepped from the ancient world, and what did... They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, create...
Yes, well...
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance.
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades...
Based on everything I knew about them, I can... Thereby keeping you out of harm's way, and more important...
So you really didn't know they had their own cloak?
No.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that... Why create... You didn't need a Sarah to make...
They were a necessary safeguard. The eclipse demonstrated the risks of get through the suns of Prometheus, all while...
Except... How did you get a Sarah?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram, Durval, who escaped his failed assault. It was trivial to track her. She wanted to succeed.
So you promised her Regala. The Sarah would help you create a mission and wanted to see Meridian burn.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood. Bond?
You think you had everything...
I did.
Alright, Silence. I'll let you know when it's time. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. I wonder if you understand what kind of... For someone to live as long as she has, well... Your goals may...
Yeah, I'm aware.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know...
Oh, I know a great deal of things.
Oh, a feeling. You mean you finally had one? Huh.
Did you see Katala's new one?
Yeah, he seems happy with it. Probably because it crushed me like a grape.
There you are. Well done, Aloy. You're truly a shine...
Everything you've said, it sounds like you knew her better than you let on.
Perceptive as ever. You're right. We were more than friends for a time.
Okay, so...
I was an orphan. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simple. And then I met Liz. Says we'd have coffee. At some point, it became... I thought it was just shop talk, but... Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I think Liz felt the same. She had lost her mother, but as time passed, and...
So helping me. Restoring...
A second chance. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, beyond even what made Liz, I knew I had to help you.
So you know a lot about me, through my old focus. But what about you?
What would you like to know?
Well?
When I was 8, thousands drowned, my parents included. My guardians. Among my peers, I was the strange, all because of
So we're a lot,
aren't we? You were an outcast, but you didn't let that stop. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of, first from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgery. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only
you were a spy.
More like a service one could turn. I had to remain anonymous, but despite that anonymity,
what happened when Farzenith...
They painted an era, one where we need not, where we explored the furthest. It was only later that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich. By the time I finally figured it, Pharaoh's machines were devout, so I accepted Farzenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come.
What else can we
that's where Beta and Guy, they're also printing facilities where the natural resources they've...
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle.
It was likely ferrying material. After hundreds of years, luxurious comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment.
When Beta escaped and hid it, I saw another one of the Xen. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of... Unlike most of Farzin, amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievement. Verbena inherited her ability. Her father had achieved great success in the luck. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelor, branding herself as someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice.
What?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right.
She was her own brand, but even rats can clean...
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley. Ever the op. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas. Lights, shows, gambling, and while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth?
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
What can you tell me about...
He was the head of the world's largest financial, and as such, had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people, and certainly the wealthy.
What does one person do with it?
Buy more power, Gerard's always believed him able to maintain control, but beneath that exterior it was his decision. The avatars of the Apollo, while we were painted as...
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough.
I would very much like to see him.
So, Eric...
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required him more. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his target, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to in them, he could go on rampages though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his... When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more.
You said before that you never were.
Out of necessity. Both when Earth was consumed and when I did what I had to try to hence the data channel with Beta. And the little...
Okay.
I'll be here, and thank you, Aloy, for giving my past as always more than once I've lost everything. I see Liz's dream fulfilled.
Maybe we can make it.
We will.
Remember, we need to get Silence Weapon to the Zenith base in the past.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am... inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you. All that remains is to follow you to the end. Whatever that will be.
We're lucky to have you on our side.
Oh, and by the way, I was hoping now would be a good time to go back to the Tremortusk site and test my new arm, before we leave on our mission.
Right. I'll let you know when I can make my way there.
Thank you.
I bet people are curious about that.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that. I'll see you soon.
It will be